Breaking Barriers interview series on BoostThru's Resilient Power TV show. I am your host, none other than Saskia Christian, founder of BoostThru. Now, week after week, it's amazing to have CEOs, CFOs, university presidents, and visionary leaders join us. And today, we are absolutely honored to feature a powerhouse transformational leader. You heard me. Now, Dr. Daniela Trufin, known globally as the Abundance Master Coach, brings more than 35 years of entrepreneurial experience, a PhD in mastering leadership. How exceptional. And the heart of a catalyst for generational transformation. She is the founder of Abundant Women Rise and the creator of the Flow of Abundance method, helping women unlock their fullest potential in business, in relationships, and purpose. What a gift. Now, and here's something special. Daniela has prepared a gift for you, all of you listening today, the Bulletproof Reprogramming Journal. Yes, a daily guide to building unshakable self worth, wealth, and alignment. You can download it at abundantwomenrise.com. And we'll talk more about that again as a reminder at the end of our show today. Now, Danielle, welcome, welcome. Her story is nothing short of inspiring. From building businesses over 3 decades to pioneering new ways of thinking about leadership and abundance, your journey has been one of transformation. Could you share a little bit about how long you've been leading at the executive level and what pivotal experiences shaped your path into becoming the Abundant Master Coach? Welcome, Daniel, to the show. Welcome.
First of all, thank you, Saskia, for inviting me here today. We met at an event recently, and I am so honored to be here with your audience today and to share my knowledge on the level where I got from where I was. And again, thank you so much for inviting me.
My pleasure. Yes, yes. So just can you just elaborate for how long have you been leading at your company and what are those pivotal experiences?
Yes. So I started many years ago, about 25 to 30, I was a cleaning lady, putting food on the table for the kids. I have 5 kids and needed to add some money to our household. And the fastest way, because I did not have back then a lot of education, only high school, I said, I got to do something that brings cash right away. And knowing how to clean really well, I was like, let's just do some cleaning. And started having clients, and then clients started recommending me to more clients. Yeah. At one point, I was not able to do everything. So I started hiring people. Now, at that point, I didn't even realize I was creating this company. And the company started growing. I enrolled my husband. I still couldn't make it. Then I enrolled my daughter in it. I'm like, you guys got to come in. This thing is taking off. And as a cleaning lady, you never think you're one day going to own a company. My mindset back then was always, I'm going to work for somebody. I'm going to probably work for myself, but not as the C-level, as owning the company. So you can see the mindset from back then to where I am today. Totally, totally different. So as we went along, we started having teams, and then, 10 people got hired, 12 people. We still couldn't make it. What happened was I trained the people that work for us very, very well, to a point where I duplicated myself. Didn't know back then that I was duplicating it, you know? So they say a business is only good as your weakest link, right?
Absolutely.
So I made all the people that work for me like the strongest link.
Brilliant.
And we got to 18, 20 people at one point. And this was right about 2020. And then we all know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's the year nobody wants to talk about, where we started getting calls of cancellations. So all of a sudden, like we were at a top level, and then people started canceling. Everybody was afraid. Nobody wanted us in their home. So the business starting literally sinking, like going down really fast. 7, 8 customers a day were canceling. So at this point, we had 18 people working. And like
Oh, wow.
I like literally I had to let people go at one point. People just didn't want to come to work also because of what happened. And I was, oh my God, I am not losing this business. And at the same time, I was going through a leadership program. And this leadership program changed everything in my life, in my business, because of the mindset that I acquire inside this leadership program. And with that mindset shifts that I implemented, I started implementing everything I learned, so much so that customers starting texting me, don't send the people, we will pay you for the services. Just don't send anybody. Just pay your employees so you don't lose them.
Wow.
That, for me, that was mind blown.
Wow.
Because for customers to pay you for like a month or 2 or 3 just so you can keep your employees, so those employees can pay their rent, buy food for their kids, for me, that was wow.
Yep.
And it all started with the mind shift that I learned in the leadership program.
Wow. That's so powerful and so powerful. And,
Yes.
You're absolutely right. Your mindset, how you treat others, too, right?
Yes.
That's how you were able to be received so well. And
yeah. So instead of spiraling down, oh my God, we're losing the customer. Oh my God, we're losing the people.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this business that I built for about 20 years at that point, like, okay, we're done. Like, instead of doing the spiral down,
yes,
I was doing the spiral up.
Yeah.
What if? So I use these 2 powerful words, like what if? What if there is a way that we can still keep the customers and still keep the people? What would that way be? And so my mind starting spiraling up. And that's the difference in, me before and me after, right? And it came because the leadership program was done in 2019. Think about it, I was just literally 6 months in after I graduated that program. So I implemented everything I learned in that program.
You surely did.
And then more, like literally, and as more customers starting saying, don't send your people, we'll pay, but please pay your employees, which we did. We kept them on a salary. Either they worked that day or they didn't. So we kept paying for that, whatever, like the weekly salary. And we took the money from the customers and we paid them. And then my mind kept saying, wow, this is amazing. And then I went into gratitude. I started thanking God. Oh my God, I am so grateful for these customers. And I sent so much gratitude out into the world and so much love that more and more customers kept sending the money. And that's how we got through that year. And we we did lose a few employees, and then we started getting more customers and more employees, and so we went up from there.
Sure. Wow, I'm learning a lot. Like
I
I said, in this short time,
know you didn't know this
really a
story.
gradual, the gratitude aspect, because that shifts everything, mindset and gratitude integration.
And also the gratitude, I wasn't just saying it, I wasn't just saying, thank you God for these clients, thank you. Yeah, I wasn't like just throwing it out there.
Mhm,
As I was saying it, and this is a very important key for anyone that goes into gratitude, it's an embodiment.
mhm,
I was feeling it with every cell of my body.
mhm,
The moment I said, and then I would, this is a key, I would name the clients. I would name each client that was donating the money. And I would say this, God's like multiply every dollar that they paid 10x, 100x, 1000x. So I was sending gratitude, but with amplification, like amplifying it. And the more I did that, I noticed the more texts I receive. Hey, don't come, but please pay your employees. I love the team. It's the best team I ever had in cleaning. I don't want to lose them. Think about that, Saskia.
yeah, you
Think
are
about that.
an exceptional leader.
Yeah, thank you.
First I've heard of where they integrated, gratitude in such a powerful way, and look at the extraordinary outcome that you received because of
It
it.
was. We were so blown away, and I knew back then that is the implementation of everything I've learned, and I put it out there. And of course, the embodiment part is very important on that gratitude.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you were supposed to just reflect, and thank you for sharing that, on your industry, which is the cleaning services industry, the transformational leadership in the cleaning industry and women's empowerment, which you're all about, what do you see as its biggest challenge when it comes to resilience?
Yes. So the biggest challenge I see in cleaning ladies
Yep.
that are going to people's homes, and they feel like them for themselves, like they're not worthy to be there. Like they walk in customers home with their head down, with the bucket, and it's like, oh, I'm here to serve. I'm like, I am walking in people's home, like when I learned this, like I was like, you know what, because I'm here, my customer gets to spend more time with their family.
Absolutely right.
Because I'm here, they can spend more time with their pets, with their loved ones.
Mhm.
I am such a valuable piece of their household. So I was always like showing up as I am valuable and important. And I add that piece to that client's life. And that's how I scaled, and I scaled into the very high luxury market, which from being a cleaning lady, my resilience was I'm going to do the best out there. Like no one can outpass me on service, leadership, communication. So I learned communication, I learned leadership, and I implemented, which is an important part
Absolutely right.
in everything I did. And not only in me, I implemented the same thing in the people that were in my teams.
Yes.
So now everyone that walks in a customer home, they don't walk like this, with a bucket walking in.
Mhm.
They literally, they're a bright smile. And that's why the customers said, I would never change this team. I've never, when you hear those words, Now that is resilience. Like people are showing up, a duplication of you because you made it important for them
Mhm.
to be in that customer's home and you made that they are important.
Mhm.
Do you
That's
know that my people are more important to me
mhm.
than my customers? Because if my people take care of my customers,
Mhm.
that's like me taking care of my customers.
That's right. You have totally elevated my level of empowerment
Yeah, thank you.
today, and I'm sure the listeners or viewers watching, um, I'm just amazed at what you were able to do. Just
Thank
changing
you.
someone's mindset and their sense of self-worth is just magnificent.
So one of the distinctions of leadership, master leaders,
Yes,
is they empower
yes.
other leaders.
Hmm.
They multiply themselves and raise others at a level. So they don't go alone. Like I never wanted to go alone in this company. I always, and then you know what? It's another big thing in cleaning service. You guys know the turnaround is extremely high. And what's missing? It's leadership. People stay for 2 months and they leave. People stay for like 6 months and they leave. My employees have been with me for 18 years, 17 years, 14 years. I even know the how many years for each one because they've been with me that long. 10, 6, and 4. So these are the how many years employees have been with me. I have not had a new employee in the last 4 years because all of these employees have stayed.
Wow.
And that's powerful for any cleaning service or any cleaning or any service out there.
Hmm.
Either it's pool service, landscape service, they have the turnaround
Yes.
so often that customers, that's why customers don't like it. They're like every other week or 3 weeks, there's a new crew coming in. They
Inconsistent.
can't say that my team that's been with me for 18 years, like they grew with the customers, with their kids. Think about it. They know their kid's name. They know their dog's name. We know all of our customers' kids' name and dog names if they're in the home.
Yes. And not only that, I mean, the consistency in terms of employees, but also um, if you look at it, you are encouraging because you're elevating their mindset. You're encouraging your employees to go out there and start businesses in that
Yeah,
sector as well, which I know you have done. So,
absolutely. There's a few that left our company. They went on and created their own cleaning service.
correct,
And
correct.
I was okay with that because I knew they're going to be successful.
Of course, and you want them to soar because that's the quality of the high quality leadership that you exhibit. So thank you so much for being that leader, that extraordinary leader.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for setting that high example in terms of what leadership truly is. I highly commend you for that. Now, in terms of cultivating, let's talk about cultivating resilience. You have often said that resilience is the heart of sustainable leadership. Given the pressures you faced as a leader and coach, how do you personally define resilience?
Can you repeat the last part? I didn't
How do
hear.
you personally define resilience?
Resilience. Yeah. So for me, and I've not just in this, but I've always been very resilient.
Hmm.
And in the last few years,
Yeah.
I took that to another level. Literally took that to another level. And for me, resilience is to do whatever it takes. And I always tell people and customers, I am a whatever it takes person. And that's how they know me. Whatever my team is whatever it takes. Do you need them to do something extra? We'll be there. We'll do it.
I love it.
One customer said, I know that if I call you at any time, even last minute, You always said, we'll be there. And that's why, Daniela, I'm not calling any other cleaning service, because I know you always show up no matter what. So the no matter what mentality, and it's not just in me. Again, my employees are the same. My team, the ladies that work in our teams are the same. Like, if I tell them, hey, today we got to work past 6 o'clock, we might be till 8. Okay. They know that these customers are important. And when you do whatever it takes, your business catapults to a level that you can't even imagine, because there's not too many people out there that would do whatever it takes. A lot of companies, they finish at 3 p.m. Nope, it's 3 p.m. We're out the door. They leave, they drop everything, and they go. They leave. We're like, oh, it's 7:30 at night. We're still at the last customer. We're here.
Advantage. Discipline.
Yeah. We and it's in everyone. Now, I don't have customers. I mean, sorry, I don't have teammates complaining. Oh, I'm missing my dinner. Oh, I'm not this, and I'm not home. I should be home at this. Nobody's complaining. Why? Because they're already resilient. Also, they know the vision of the company. They know the mission that we're on. They know that the more we are resilient and we support the customers, the more customers they are going to send to us. And it happens on a weekly basis. Like, weekly basis, people refer other people to us.
Oh.
We never advertise, just so you know. Never advertised. Wow. Ever.
Yes, referral mechanism. You're definitely winning. You have the winning formula right there. So yeah. In terms of and thank you for sharing that. That's so powerful. What challenges, I know that you've mentioned about the COVID situation, having to, work past that. And yes. So what challenges have you, besides that, tested your resilience most deeply? And what practices help you rise above them specifically? If you can think about maybe one other challenge that have tested your resilience.
Yeah. So sometimes customers will switch their day, because everybody has a time slot, a day and a time that they're on schedule. So we have a schedule set up front, and from time to time, one or two customers, they send a text, hey, can you switch our day from this day to that day? Or something. This is a challenge, because once you have it, they have a slot. Now what happens is it creates a gap. And then we got customers that are very particular with their time slots. So like, the next customer doesn't like it when you change their time, because, hey, they're not home. They can't let you in. Like, there's different challenges with that, with the time slot shift. And we do our best that where we don't, and then of course, if it's a gap, you still got to pay your employees. Either they stay in a car or they don't. So what we created in the last few years, we told customers that are not in town for like 2 months or 3 months, if they want maintenance clean, we call it, where we go in and we vacuum the bugs, we dust a little bit, we flush the toilet, we do some like maintenance on the home, even though they're not here, to keep their home clean. And you know what? So many people took us on that now we have a list of maintenance homes. So when we get the gap, we immediately look on the list. Okay, this person is due for maintenance, this customer. And then we send a team to that maintenance. So now it filled in the gap. We didn't have to tell the customer no. We didn't tell them that we're losing money, or we don't tell anything like that to the customer. But what we created is the customer is like, whoa, this company is whatever it takes.
Yep.
They helped me when I couldn't have them on that day, and they helped me to switch the day.
Mhm.
So that's what we created.
Genius.
I
Love
know.
it. That's all my experience actually, working with, in having to interface with cleaning companies. That's the first time I've heard of that method. But
Yes.
I wish if they had deployed that methodology, it would have helped a lot.
I'm teaching that. I'm teaching that in my course. I'm creating a course on that.
Write
I
book, whatever. Spread the word out there.
I'm creating a course on how
Yeah.
to get into the luxury market for
Wisdom.
cleaning services. There are at the lower market, which
Yeah.
is very low priced homes and
Mhm.
includes everyone, to the high level luxury market where my company is at the moment.
Yes, absolutely right. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yes.
well done. Well
And,
done.
and I believe we achieve that by being resilient,
Of course, of course.
doing whatever it takes also.
Mhm. Absolutely. And it's the results. That's what speaks, right, for itself.
Yeah.
You've surely demonstrated that. So thank you. Thank you for your leadership. And
Thank
so if we can just dive into a segment of emotional intelligence and leadership style here. So your flow of abundance method really emphasizes emotional mastery, right? That
Yes.
mindset mastery.
Yes.
Now, at the executive and coaching level, how critical is emotional intelligence to you for true success?
Yes. Thank you for that beautiful question. Yeah, it's one of the main things. Emotional intelligence. If you master that, you can shift everything in your life. Everything. The state of our emotions drives everything that's happening around us. Because, and this is a secret, there is nothing happening out there. Everything is happening in here, in us. So when you think that person is doing that to me, that this is going on, no, all that is a mirror. So you put a mirror, so everything that's out there, it's actually going inside of you,
Yeah.
going on. And when you learn how to regulate your nervous system, and of course, there's things you do every day to bring yourself to that peaceful, emotional, stable, and then from that place, operate in the world, in your family, everywhere you go. That's mastery.
It is beautiful. Emotional regulation, very, very important for success and true leadership.
Yes.
So, if you had, thank you for that, if you had to really come up with one or two emotional intelligence skills that every leader, right, every transformational leader must master, what would they be? And how have they influenced your own leadership style?
Yes. Yes. Thank you for that question. So, one of the main thing is, what's your state? That's a question you would ask yourself. What is my state in this moment? So before you go in a meeting, before you even walk out your door, what state am I in?
Mhm.
Because you could be in a state of frustration, anger. You might have an argument with your spouse or your partner. And now that state, you take it out into the world, into the traffic, into the boardroom. Imagine your whole entire day will completely show you your state, but you're not aware because you think it's them. It's the person that cut me off today.
Of course, of course.
It's the coworker that said something I didn't like.
Mhm.
And if you wake up in the morning and you check your state. You know, I have a thing that I do where it's called, and it, to check your state, you got to anchor it in, like in your body. And how I do that is I take my left hand, my wrist, and I take my right hand and I slap it. And I said, state first.
Yeah.
Check with myself. What state am I in? How did I start my morning? Every morning I start my morning with gratitude, in a state. I take a few minutes for myself, which I encourage everyone to do that, because that's when you shift your state. So no matter what you went through, where you are, check your state in a way that you go inward and you look inside yourself. Like what is the state I'm in today? How am I walking out the door? You know? And of course, go in the state of gratitude, do a meditation, a prayer, whatever it takes, and envision yourself that it's the best version of yourself walks out that door.
That's correct.
Because then, even if somebody cuts you in traffic, I use the two words. What if one of their loved ones is dying right now and they're rushing to get there? Instead of, that so and so cut me off and blah 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 blah. Now you see, because I'm in an amazing state. What if what his wife is giving birth to a child? What if? So could be so many things that person cut you off because they're in a rush. What if they're late for a meeting, that if they don't make it, they can get fired? And now think about, like, I created the state that I'm in. I created such a positive in front of me and the person that cut me off.
Yep.
And then you go to the office, right? And then somebody says something and it doesn't bother you because you're in such a good state, you know?
Yes. Thank you so much for that outpouring of wisdom. It is so important, listeners, today, that we do take the time for emotional grounding.
Yes.
Start our day. It is so critical.
And if your audience gets this is a deep learning from leadership, that it's nothing going on out there. This is, if they get that, their whole world can change. You can ask yourself, what is going on within me that is creating this state I'm in?
Right.
What is going on within me? So it's always me, never them. And the upside of that is, when we shift, when I shift,
everything shifts.
They shift. Everyone else shifts, because life will show you. And I have this quote I heard from a mentor. Life will present you with people, circumstances to show you where you're not free. Think about that. That's a huge statement. So it will bring people into your life and circumstances to show you where you're not okay inside.
I love it. Very important for self-healing. It's a
self-check. Yes. Yes.
You know what they say, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yes, I love that one.
I love that. Thank you.
Anchor your state in.
Yes.